Your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good evening, everyone, and happy Friday to you all. It's been an absolutely gorgeous end to our work week as we saw high pressure brought out much of that sunshine, and we are staying clear throughout our night. But that sunshine really did help warm those temperatures up today into the low 90s, and we're still hanging on into the 90s in some areas such as Petersburg, also over to the west in Lincoln. The rest of us just looking at upper 80s. So 88 in Mattoon, also in Champaign, 89 in Watseka, and 86 in Pontiac. But it's actually feeling quite a bit warmer than that because of the humidity. I will have all the details on just how warm this forecast is going to be for the 4th of July coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
It's making sure that we have the tools as we work with them on compliance.
A holiday weekend usually means large crowds at bars and restaurants. How this city is making sure it doesn't put people at risk.
Anything with a wick pretty much is considered illegal and dangerous.
And that has firefighters concerned for the 4th of July, as some are turning to doing their own fireworks to celebrate. It's a weekend for red, white, and blue, but one event has people focusing on greenery instead.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
We will be making sure that there is compliance.
Champaign's mayor and the Champaign-Urbana Public Health District are taking steps to make sure this holiday weekend is a safe one. Good evening, I'm Jessica KUNZ. Mayor Deb FEINEN signed an executive order that strengthens enforcement of Phase 4 guidelines for bars and restaurants, specifically in Campus Town. WCIA 3's Andy Olson is live in our newsroom. So, Andy, why was this put into effect now?
Jessica, health officials have said Independence Day weekend will be an important one for people to continue with precautions that have gotten the state to Phase 4. There were some recent complaints of some Campus Town bars breaking guidelines. The city wanted to make sure they weren't doing it this weekend. Campus Town bars are being watched more closely after photos surfaced showing them packed last weekend. The executive order signed by Champaign Mayor Deb FEINEN says bars operating at an outdoor and indoor capacity of 200 people or more may be subject to fines, or worse.
This provides a tool then to be able to temporarily suspend the license or to shut the bar down and empty the place out if we need to do that. And so that's really, it's making sure that we have the tools as we work with them on compliance.
The Champaign-Urbana Public Health District worked with the city on the executive order. Deputy Administrator Awais Vade says they've seen a jump in cases during Phase 4.
The troubling fact is that a lot of the cases that we are seeing now are the younger individuals, people in their teens, 20s, and 30s.
Health officials are worried about precautions going by the wayside for the holiday weekend, but the city has pinpointed another event that could be at risk of spreading the virus. Mayor FEINEN says they were told about a Greek reunion at the U of I that's supposed to happen next week, and the new order helps them try and prevent that from getting out of control.
And the university has strongly asked students to stay home and not come for that, but making it clear that this really isn't a place that it's going to be welcoming for that kind of risk-taking.
The executive order still needs to be approved by City Council. Mayor FEINEN hopes they will retroactively do so at Tuesday's meeting. They will be monitoring Campus Town in the meantime.
Employees of public health as well as city officials will be monitoring these establishments very closely, including going in person over there to monitor them as well. And if we see that they are not following those guidelines, then they will be, there will be consequences.
Also under the order, only people 21 and over are allowed in the bars after 9 p.m. It's one of the other ways they're trying to prevent the spread. People under 21 are still allowed in the bars before that. Mayor FEINEN says that's because they didn't want to hurt the bars who rely on food sales. Live in the newsroom, Andy Olson, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, Andy, thank you. The governor's office is also reminding people to take precautions this weekend. In a letter, the Liquor Control Commission warned businesses about possible closures if they don't follow guidelines. They want people to continue wearing masks and keeping their distance. Across the state, officials say there are 868 new cases of COVID-19. There have been nearly 146,000 in Illinois. 18 more people have died for a total of more than 7,000. Memorials for a homeless man who was beaten to death have gone up where he died, and now there's a fund to help his family. Police say Todd Ledbetter was beaten and robbed just before midnight Wednesday. It happened near Westside Park in Champaign. Hundreds have donated to a fundraiser. They've collected $8,000. Ledbetter's friends say it's bittersweet seeing the support.
It's unfortunate that Todd, was killed and the community had to get together. I felt we could have got together as a community before this. But even with this very tragic instance, hopefully something very good can come out of this.
Police say witnesses saw 3 suspects. If you know anything, call police or Crime Stoppers. U.S. Marshals were in Ludlow today searching for a fugitive. It was near the intersection of Route 45 and County Road 1200 East. The Marshals were not able to tell us who they were looking for or why. They only said a fugitive was seen going through Ludlow. We now know the name of a Springfield man who died hiking near Boulder, Colorado. Police say 23-year-old Gavin Caruso was stranded near the summit of a mountain peak after a thunderstorm. He fell 30 feet trying to help his girlfriend. She had fallen and was seriously hurt. Caruso was flown to a hospital where he later died. The Clinton Police Department is warning people to lock up. This comes after a Ring security camera caught this footage of someone stealing a bike. They say it happened on North Elizabeth Street yesterday around 2 a.m. If you know anything, you're asked to contact police. Many 4th of July events have been canceled because of COVID-19, and that means more people are heading to stands to buy their own fireworks. WCIA3's Karina Rubio spoke with the Champaign Fire Department about playing it safe.
Not only can you face a firework fine worth hundreds without a permit, the Champaign Fire Department wants to remind people it's also a huge safety hazard. Firework sales have skyrocketed lately, even in Champaign County. One local tent business told WCIA they've been selling out and reordering like never before. And with all that noise we've been hearing at night these past few weeks, the fire department says it's a cause for concern. Battalion Chief Andrew QUARNSTROM says it's never worth the risk, especially if you don't have much experience with fireworks.
Anything with a wick pretty much is considered illegal and dangerous, and in Champaign, really the only thing that is considered appropriate is a sparkler, which themselves have risks. And so we encourage individuals just to leave it up to the professionals.
Champaign firefighters say recent data shows the most reported injuries when lighting fireworks without a pro are to hands, fingers, and eyes, even if you're not the one setting it off and are just near it. In Champaign, Karina Rubio, WCIA3, your local news leader.
The Champaign Police Department says the fine for firework use without a permit is a minimum of $205. Several fireworks displays have been canceled this summer, but not all of them. The Urbana Country Club is having a display tonight. Turtle Run in Danville is having a celebration tonight, and Danville's public fireworks display is scheduled for tomorrow. You can read a full list of celebrations and displays on WCIA.com. Some former Illini will be hitting the court this weekend, and some have made big changes since they were last on it. Plus, gardening can be a solo job or hobby, but not this time. How it's bringing out a community.
And if you're heading out for fireworks tonight, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous for us. Clear skies and temperatures staying on the warmer side into the upper 60s, low 70s. And we're going to take a look at your 4th of July forecast right after this.